Hi, and thank you for joining me today. So I just wanted to put this video together to explain our email marketing strategy 2.0. So we've actually been developing this and enhancing this over years of tried and testing and pure effort. We've managed to develop a really strong, robust email marketing system that generates exceptional results. So I'm going to go through it, our process, step by step, so you can understand how this could deliver results for your business and why we are the best option. So at the start, what we do is we buy mirror email domains. So these are typically similar to your active primary email domain. So whatever domain you have right now that's linked to your website, we would purchase a mirror email domain. So what that means is something that looks similar but is not exactly the same. Why we do that is because we want to ensure that we are not using your domain for anything. The one that you have hosted on your website, that should be purely there for your website. Any email marketing, sales activities should be using separate email domains. And there's many reasons why. Because there is always the chance that any type of email activity could receive any kind of fallbacks from highly security email settings from a recipient that we're targeting, so which could cause potential lower scores, and that can hinder your SEO. So we just like to make sure that we're not going to cause any harm whatsoever to your primary domain, which could affect your ranking. So that's why we do this, and multiple agencies do this. It's a standard practice. So this is what we would do for you. We would purchase a number of different email domains that match or look very similar to your domain. The next thing is unlimited emails. So this is where we are very different. We can provide you unlimited emails for your campaign because we have an email architecture, a system, an infrastructure that we have built, and it actually allows us to have multiple emails. And this means that you don't need to be purchasing email accounts from Gmail or Outlook, which cost up to $6 to $8 per account per month. So we save you an incredible amount of money, and these have better deliverability than those as well. So this is a great USP of ours, that we can provide you unlimited emails. The next thing that we do is DKIM SPF technical setup. So this is essential steps that you have to know how to do so to ensure you have deliverability. So there's certain things we do within the kind of back end of the settings to ensure that your emails are going to reach your target clients. Without that, without someone who knows exactly what they're doing, this can hinder your deliverability by up to 70%. The next thing is we actually use currently SmartLead and Instantly for our cold email outreach. So these are kind of third-party tools that are basically where you set up the campaigns, the sequences, and it runs the outreach. You can see the messaging, the targeting, the analytics, all of that stuff is prepared in these accounts. So we'll give you access to those as well. And we have the ability to add unlimited amounts of campaigns. So there's no limitations at all. We can really scale this up for you. The next thing what we do is a warm up. So with any type of new domain, new email accounts, we can't just start blasting 500 to 5,000 emails per day. We have to warm up the accounts. So we set up an auto warm up, which is actually inbuilt in those softwares, which runs for 2 to 4 weeks. So there is a little bit of time required to warm up your emails, and that is necessary for us to be able to run these emails domains for a foreseeable time, because if you try to fast track it and not do the proper warm up, it can then hinder your deliverability, and any emails that don't reach the primary email inbox are worthless. So it is a necessary step that we have to complete. But what we do, which is different, is we do allow you to send a very small volume amount during that first 2 weeks to your ideal clients, so that you still do have some form of outreach going out. The next thing is, whilst we're doing that, you send in your onboarding form to us, And this we actually have a full form that you can just complete. So you can fill in our client brief and just kind of give us information about your business or the campaign that you want to run. Ideally, what's the services that you want to take to market, and what is the ideal target market you want to look at reaching as well. We can guide you on both of those, but what we'll do is that it gives us essential information for us to build the list, the messaging, and so on. But we will actually help you with refining your lists and your messaging, and actually building you a really good irresistible offer that we call it. So what we like to do is design a hook that will get your ideal target market interested in what you do. So we will guide you on that. The next step is data extraction. So we use LinkedIn Sales Navigator, Apollo, Listkit, and Snovio to extract the data. So what do I mean by that? So let's say, for example, you want to target CIOs in the IT software industry. What we would do is then we would input that information into these different algorithms, these different B2B databases, and they would pull different lists. So we would assess which is giving us the most highly qualified data, the best quality data, and then we would extract the data from these different engines. Okay, so that's what we would do. And then once we've got that, we run it through a tool that verifies the emails. So it will just do checks to make sure that all of the emails are actually 100% accurate and that we're actually going to reach the person, which is also very important for deliverability. The next thing is campaign messaging. So this is something that's essential to outbound, because you can have great data, but if you're sending very generic, very baseless, very weak emails, people are just going to look at it, ignore, or they may respond with an angry email. So you want to actually make sure that you have an expert that knows how to craft good email copy, and that is what we're best at. So we don't just craft great copy, we include different concepts, different call to actions, different innovative strategies that can ensure you get responses. So let me give you an example. So with some clients, we include a call to action to a landing page so that they have traffic going there, and it's a great way of converting your email traffic to a web page where you could have a video or you have some information, and then they can book a call. The next way we've done it is we introduce clients to do Loom videos. So these are typically recording yourself, just talking on a screen, explaining about yourself, giving that warm introduction, and it makes you stand out. Another way that you can do it is voice notes. So sometimes people have never seen this before, but you can send audio voice notes by a link URL in your email. And again, people can hear your voice, they get a bit more about your personality, the feeling, and it's much more, adds so much more weight than just an email with a bit of text. Other ways that we do it as well is including success case studies. If there's links to web pages, brilliant, with case studies, reports, anything that we can validate what we are saying, the statements we're making, and the proof of what we can do and how we can help them is going to help us get a response. Because as you've got to remember, we're reaching out to people in cold email where a lot of people are doing the same thing. So they are receiving a lot of emails, and they naturally have they're a little bit skeptical. So we have to break down those walls. So we are experts at email campaign copywriting. The next thing is setting up Zapier integrations into CRM and Slack. So of course, because of all these emails we're sending and all the responses that we generate, it's important that we can firstly get a notification, and you want to see exactly the activity you're getting. So every time either a email recipient responds or opens an email, we can set up a notification to notify you in Slack, your email, or even your CRM. So it will capture the data and send over the email contacts details that we've reached out to, as well as the body of the email response that you've generated. So this is great for logging pipeline and also just being able to manage and reply quickly. So once that's all set up, the integrations, we'll launch the campaign for you. So we set this all up for you. There's nothing you have to physically do. So you're getting experts that know how to get deliverability, technical setup, list building, messaging. Every single element of your email campaign is covered by us. So we've really covered every element. It's taken us years to truly understand what you need to do to be a successful email marketing team. So we launched this campaign for you. And then if you want us to, we will even handle the responses. So there's two typical ways that we can do this. We can either forward the email responses to you so that they get forwarded to another email account where you have access to. So it could be one of your primary emails, or we can handle the responses. So how do we handle the responses when we don't know about your business? Well, how we do that is we ask you to fill in our client brief form and some typical Q&As we have. So typical questions that people will ask as a result of the campaign, and we ask you to craft some responses for us so that we can send some very high level, very good quality responses to their questions. Like how does it work? Can you tell me more information about who you've worked with? What's your price model? Is there minimum term? Have you worked in this market? These types of questions we will be pre-prepared for. The next thing is, as a result of our services, obviously we are going to book you calls. That is the metric that most clients want us to do, is book the meetings, but sometimes it might be just for brand awareness or to download something, but most people want just more book calls, and that is exactly what we do. And all these steps that we've taken is designed to generate you booked calls, so qualified converted leads. And the next step is scale. So once we've refined the messaging and everything is actually delivering great results, we have the ability to scale by adding more email accounts, more data, so we can take over the world with what we're doing here once we've assessed the strategy that we can see is getting great results. And going back to the campaign messaging, we do A/B testing. So we'll test 3 to 5 different types of approaches: softer engagement, warmer engagement, and high direct engagement, with different call to actions, with different subject headers, and we can see which is your market responding better to. And then we can come together as a team and say, right, based on those decisions we've seen over a 2 to 4 week period, we should focus on these 3, or just this email variant, and let's double up, let's scale on that one. And that's how you learn from your analytics and data to make informed data-backed decisions to scale your business accordingly. And that's why using these tools such as Instantly Smartly, it's great to have those in analytics, and it's great to have a technical team in-house who's handling all this for you, such as us. So why you should work with us? Well, I hope I've said enough, but just to go over those points, we give you a full setup done for you from A to Z. Every single piece is done by us. Most providers you'll find won't do everything for you. We do everything all in one. We ensure 100% deliverability, so your emails will reach your target client's primary inbox, which is, very rare these days because of the infrastructure we've built. And because of the infrastructure we've built, we also provide unlimited emails. Now, no other provider on any of these platforms that you're talking with will have that. They'll be asking you to purchase Gmails, Outlooks, and that's an additional fee for you. It's unnecessary cost, and it limits your scalability because, let's get real, with email campaigns, you have to do a mass volume these days. It's just how it is. So you need a lot of email accounts to make it worth it. And that's a lot of money if you're not getting unlimited emails. We ensure the best verified data, so we use the top B2B database engines that I've showed you: Listkit, Apollo, Crunchbase, Rocket Reach, Lusher. There's so many that we use, but we assess based on your information in your client brief which ones are the best to check first. We choose 3, and then we'll scrape the data. We ensure precision targeting, so based on your client brief, we'll make sure that we're targeting exactly the ideal clients that match the best fit for your services. So we do that research, we ensure great targeting, and then ensure top quality messaging, which is the most important thing. So ensuring you have someone who can craft messaging that's going to wow your target market and get them instantly interested to respond and want to have a chat with you. So we basically base upon their pain points. We look at your USPs, we look at all of the main strengths that we can actually propose to them, and understand in their mind what types of things that really matters to them in their role or company, industry space, these kind of things. We have to specifically focus on their use case, not what we can do well, what will help them. So it's all about the person we're talking to, not about us. And that's what a lot of mistakes we see people making, is they're talking too much about I. It's about them, not you. Again, so we will ensure high response campaigns because of all these technical steps and this high experience we have. We will ensure high responses in your campaigns. And again, that is super, super important when it comes to anything, because you want responses. Now, you'll find a lot of people just base their metrics and KPIs on clicks, opens, views, all these kind of unmeaningful things, because they are really unmeaningful in the sense that you need tangible results in order to scale your business. You're not going to scale your business from views. You're not going to grow and generate lots of revenue from clicks. You're going to grow and scale from responses, leads, meetings being booked, appointments being scheduled, and deals being closed. And these are the things that we focus on. So our KPIs are all focused on results orientated results. So thanks very much for watching. Really excited to hear back from you on what you think we can do here. And again, thanks so much. Bye-bye.